I didn't invite the office Karen to my birthday dinner, and now our team is divided about it. I work in an office with 12 other people, so we're a lucky 13, including me. We're packed into a glass and gray suite on the fourth floor, where the carpet smells faintly of spilled coffee, and we work long hours. It's drab, but for the most part, it's fine, because I would consider 11 of my coworkers to be friends. And then there's Chantal. Everyone calls her the office Karen, but never to her face, of course. Chantal isn't a manager. She doesn't supervise anyone. She has no actual authority beyond what she claims, with a tight smile and a tone that suggests she's doing you a favor by letting you exist. She's rude, bossy, dismissive, creates conflict, and is somehow always hovering, just close enough to hear your conversation and just far enough away to pretend she wasn't eavesdropping. From the day I started, she treated me like an intern who had overstayed my welcome. I turned 30 last Friday. I wanted to mark it with good food, laughter, and people who didn't make my shoulders creep up around my ears with tension. So I booked a long table at a little Mexican place downtown and invited 11 people from the office. Everyone but Chantal. It wasn't a grand statement. I didn't announce it. I didn't circulate a list. I told people quietly one by one during breaks or after meetings. Everyone I asked agreed to come, and I was pleased that we'd hang out on a rare occasion outside of work. A couple of them teased me about finally being old. It felt nice, and it gave me something to look forward to. We went out to dinner as a group on my birthday and had a great time, better than I even expected. And the following Monday, after the photos had made their way around to Facebook, things at work took an ugly turn. One by one, as we arrived at the office that morning, I feel like we smiled at each other a bit more. We talked about jokes we had shared and how good the food was. But by lunchtime, Chantal was waiting. She stood at her desk with her arms crossed, her mouth pulled into a tight, triumphant line like she'd been rehearsing. The office felt smaller with her in it, like someone had turned the oxygen level down. "So," she began, loud enough for everyone to hear, "I hear there was a birthday dinner." No one answered her right away. Everybody looked at each other and at me. "Yes," I said finally, setting my bag down. My heart thudded, but my voice was steady. "There was." "And," she continued, eyes fixed on me, "everyone was invited except me." That wasn't a question. "I invited people that I'm close to," I said simply. Chantal scoffed at me. "We're a team, Harper. You don't get to pick and choose when it's convenient." I felt heat climbing up my neck. It was my birthday. It had nothing to do with work. "That doesn't matter," she snapped. "What matters is professionalism. Excluding a team member is inappropriate." I took a breath. "We don't get along very well, Chantal. We're colleagues, not friends. I honestly didn't think you'd even want to come." Her eyes flicked around the room, cataloging reactions. This was her stage, and I was her prop. "Well," she said, her voice suddenly sounding wounded, "it would have been nice to be asked. I guess I just thought after all the work I've done for this team, I would be included." Jess shifted uncomfortably. Leon stared at his monitor. I could feel the room dividing, fault lines cracking open beneath the carpet. "It's not about work," I argued. "It was a personal dinner." Chantal turned to the others. "I just think it says a lot when someone decides that they're above including everyone. We spend more time together than we do with our families, and apparently that means nothing." Marcus cleared his throat. "I mean, it was her birthday." "But we're a team," Chantal shot back. "A team doesn't leave people out." "We're a team at work, but I don't have to include the whole team to every personal event just because I want some team members to share it with me," I continued. "I'm sorry you're upset, but this is exactly the energy I wanted to avoid." That's when the murmuring started, low and hesitant. A couple of people were glancing at Chantal with sympathy softening their faces. Others looked annoyed and even had their arms crossed. To me, this was exactly the type of behavior that we all disliked in her, creating conflict, and here it was on full display. I hated that she was doing this, and I hated that she was turning my birthday into a moral debate. "Chantal," I said, louder now, "it wasn't a team event. It was a personal dinner." She stepped a couple paces closer to my desk. You're really comfortable hurting someone's feelings, aren't you? Yeah, I shot back. I don't like you. I just blurted it out because if anyone in that office was comfortable hurting people's feelings, it was most definitely Chantal. The room went silent. I don't like how you talk to me, I continued, noticing that my hands had gotten shaky. I don't like how you talk to anyone. You've treated me like dirt since the day I started here. I do my job. I'm polite. I've never made this personal at work. But this, my birthday, was personal. I wanted to enjoy my birthday dinner, I explained, not spend it being talked over, corrected, or made to feel small. I work with you. I will continue to be civil, but I don't owe you an invitation. For a moment, she looked uncertain and maybe even actually hurt. But then her expression hardened and she looked at me cold and indignant. So, you're admitting you excluded me because you don't like me? Yes, I nodded. I am. She scoffed. Wow, that's incredibly unprofessional. No, I said quietly. What's unprofessional is trying to guilt-trip your coworkers into social obligations and weaponizing teamwork when it suits you, and only when it suits you. That's really what you think of me, is it? You had a barbecue 2 months ago and didn't invite me. I didn't confront you about it or make a big deal about it, I pointed out. That was different. I just forgot to invite you. You chose not to invite me. You just said we spend more time together than we do with our families, but you forgot about me for the barbecue. And only me, I might add. Oh, so this was revenge. She actually grinned like she had scored a point. No, I just didn't want you there. Jess exhaled a long breath. Marcus nodded almost imperceptibly. Chantal looked around, searching for allies. She found a few uneasy faces, a few sympathetic ones, but not the unanimous support that I'm pretty sure she expected. This is unbelievable, she said very loudly. I hope you all remember this when you're the ones being excluded. She sat down heavily at her desk, spinning her chair toward her computer and turning her back on us, the cubicle version of walking off in a huff. The rest of the day passed in fragments, whispers in the break room, awkward smiles. A couple of people stopped by my desk to say they understood, but a couple avoided eye contact altogether. I went home feeling exhausted, but at the same time lighter than I expected. That evening, the birthday dinner group chat lit up. They all remembered the barbecue I wasn't invited to. Some of them had asked Chantal if they should text me, and she told them not to bother me at such short notice. Even the people sympathetic to Chantal had acknowledged that she did exclude me and actively made a point not to invite me, even when she was made aware of my absence. But I didn't exclude her for revenge. I just don't like her energy, and expect her to create conflict, and I think that's a good enough reason. You don't have to like everyone, and you don't owe anyone an invitation into your personal life out of obligation. Chantal might not like it, but that's the truth. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future stories. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. This has been Tales by Rachel, where we breathe life into every story.